Brainy Dose presents 13 Things Only Highly Sensitive People Understand. Do you think about and feel things much more intensely than other people do? If yes, then you're probably a part of the 15 to 20% population who are considered highly sensitive. Being a highly sensitive person, or HSP, means that you're more naturally inclined than other people to process information on a deep level. Highly sensitive people are usually very self-aware and more perceptive and empathetic than most. Stimulation is processed differently because of a biological difference in an HSP's nervous system. All the senses are heightened and felt more deeply, which means they can become overloaded much quicker as well. If you are a highly sensitive person, then you will likely relate to the following. Number 1. Loud noises can be overwhelming. Anything at high volumes can overwhelm a highly sensitive person quickly, whether it's concerts, movie theaters, or just music and headphones. While no one likes having battered eardrums, loud noises can send your senses into overdrive. This gets worse when you have no way to control the volume. You end up feeling like the weird or difficult one, since it generally doesn't seem to bother other people. Number 2. Inadequate sleep equals hell. I'm sure everyone can agree that life can be really draining, and it can make anyone feel worn out every now and then. But this is even more so for HSPs, who need more sleep than other people. Not getting enough sleep means you don't get a chance to rest and give your mind and body a break. This can feel like hell. Everything is even more intense than usual because your senses haven't been given the reset they need, and minor irritations will feel much worse than they are. Number 3. Frequent emotional exhaustion. Regardless of how you may be feeling, seeing someone go through a not-so-pleasant experience full of negative emotions can affect your mood as well. If they feel stressed, suddenly you feel stressed. If they feel sad, you feel sad too. As an HSP with the ability to empathize so well, rather than just sense how others feel, you actually absorb and feel their emotions. And carrying the weight of other people's emotions in addition to your own often leads to emotional exhaustion. Number 4. Unexplainable reactions to violence and beauty. Most people don't like seeing violence or cruelty and turn away from it, but HSPs absolutely hate it, and it can even affect them physically. Seeing or reading about acts of violence can make you feel sick, and you can have a hard time processing any media that portrays triggering topics. When it comes to beauty, your reaction can be just as extreme. For example, looking at art or hearing a piece of music can bring you to tears and leave a lasting impression. And since most people don't react as strongly as you do to things, you often choose not to discuss your opinions, and this can feel somewhat isolating. Number 5. Overanalyzing every little word and gesture. Most people don't pay too much attention to the little things in life. HSPs are very different in this way. They usually pick up on small things that others miss. When someone's voice doesn't display the same amount of excitement as their face does, or the conversation seems shorter and more clipped, you will be sure to notice it. You often think back on the encounter later, agonizing over these small social cues and what they might mean. Number 6. Not socializing the way most people do. Going to a party or hanging out with a large group of friends or acquaintances sounds like a good time to most people. Not for highly sensitive people, though. Any substantial amount of time spent in an overwhelming environment just doesn't sound like fun. Unfortunately, this does limit your options for socializing with other people, and it can be incredibly isolating. Number 7. Even a little pain is too much pain. High sensitivity applies to both pain and pleasure, meaning pain tolerance is typically very low. Regardless of how severe the pain is, be it physical or emotional, the hurt is amplified, and so is your reaction to it. Number 8. Vacations can be anything but relaxing. Most people enjoy traveling. They like to go sightseeing, exploring new destinations, and just escaping from the daily grind for a while. But as a highly sensitive person, your experiences with vacations are different. Little things other people don't fuss about, like sleeping somewhere new and having to navigate a different environment, just make you crave the familiar surrounding of your home. Number 9. Getting really hangry. Feeling hangry, which is being angry due to hunger, happens to everyone, but you will feel the irritation of both of these negative feelings much more intensely. That's because HSPs are more sensitive to dips and spikes in blood sugar levels than other people. Number 10. When someone raises their voice at you. What someone says and how they say it is very important for a highly sensitive person. Having someone raise their voice at you, especially someone you care about, will have a strong impact on you emotionally and physically. There's nothing worse than knowing others are upset with you. This goes all the way back to childhood. Having a teacher or parent yell at you probably made you cry. Merely seeing someone else get into trouble can make you wince, even though you had no involvement. Number 11. Time pressure causes serious distress. Rushing usually leads to sloppiness and creates a stressful environment, and the pressure to hurry can cause a lot of anxiety for highly sensitive people. Running late for a doctor's appointment or an approaching deadline will leave you feeling flustered and more stressed. Number 12. Saying yes when you want to say no. HSPs are extremely hesitant to let anyone down, especially since they're so aware of other people's feelings. Being reliable is a good trait to have, but not being able ever to say no will lead you to become a people pleaser, always being open to helping others regardless of how it might affect you. Number 13. Even positive changes have their downside. Any kind of significant change is hard, but a sudden change in routine is especially challenging for a highly sensitive person. New stimulations can be overwhelming. For instance, getting the promotion you dreamed of will be amazing, but you'll still feel the stress of having to adjust your schedule. It's usually very confusing to the people closest to you why you're so stressed out instead of being overjoyed with your new success. But even experiencing excitement and happiness at a high level can be overstimulating. You simply need more time than other people to adjust to change, be it positive or negative. Being a highly sensitive person comes with its challenges, but it isn't a disease or a disorder. It's a normal thing that can even be an advantage. Emotional intelligence, extreme passion, and creativity come with the package of being a highly sensitive person, even if it has the occasional downside of having more intense feelings. So, are you an HSP? Do you agree with this list? What other challenges do you have as a highly sensitive person? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends so we can keep making them. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and remember to click on the notification bell. Also, be sure to check out our other videos as well. Thanks for watching.